The story begins with a very terrifying scene. The villagers are gathered together, dragging along a strange-looking man, and they have laid a woman down on a special kind of table. They are preparing to kill her because the villagers believe she practices black magic. Before killing her, or rather before torturing her even more, they whip her and then sprinkle salt and lemon on her wounds. The woman keeps screaming, begging them not to kill her. She cries out that the peace in their village so far is because of her. But no one listens to her, and at the command of a man named Shame, the woman's throat is brutally slit. Her head is separated from her body, but even after that, we see her neck moving violently, meaning she wasn't dead yet. Seeing her head still alive like this, everyone gets scared and runs away from there, and the scene cuts off at this point. A scene from much later is shown. We see a girl named Ali in the city whose mom and dad have passed away, and her father had a lot of debt which she now has to pay off. Because of this, many people keep bothering her. But now she knows how to deal with them. Here, she throws a bottle and warns everyone to stay away from her, then leaves. But she knew that this trouble wouldn't go away so easily. Until she pays off their money, all these problems will keep following her. That's why she had also decided that she would arrange the money soon. We find out that Alin also had a brother, and while Alin was at work, her friends used to take care of her brother. Alin had another friend, Gia, who was an athlete. She used to play very well, but now she had stopped playing because she had a heart condition. Her heart couldn't pump blood fast enough, which is why she had stopped running, and now she needed surgery to get better again. Gia didn't have the money either. An island also needed money. To help both of them with their difficulties, the two boys in their group make a plan to rob a house. Their intentions weren't bad. They also decided that they would do this only once, and wherever they stole from, they would only take as much money as they needed. Still, it didn't feel right, but now, since she was helpless, she had to support her friends. Vanyu takes them to a house where all the people leave every Friday. These people keep an eye on the house the whole day, and as soon as night falls, they make a plan to break in. According to their plan, Gia stays inside the car so that as soon as the others finish stealing and come back, they can escape from there. The other three go inside the house. As soon as they enter, the three of them start searching different areas, and wherever they find something, they start stealing a little from there. But here, greed takes over Anil's heart. In front of her was a lot of gold jewelry. She thinks, why not steal all of it? She thinks that by doing this, all her current problems will be solved, as well as her future ones, and after that, she will never steal again. So, she puts all the jewelry into her bag. On the other hand, we see Gani. Where he had seen the money kept, he suddenly sees a severed head. He gets terribly scared. He screams and jumps back, but when he moves forward to check again, there is only money there. Afghani and Alan go downstairs, thinking they might find something there as well. On their way down, they encounter a lot of smoke. And upstairs we see Pata, who, when he sees his reflection in the mirror, gets extremely frightened by his own chubby face. A lot of strange things had happened to him here. Anyway, he manages to compose himself and starts looking for his friends. At this time, his friends were in the basement and they were in shock because they were seeing dead bodies in front of them. Their eyes were wide open in disbelief, and at that moment, their attention is drawn to a girl upstairs. Had been kept quiet. According to the entire room, it was extremely terrifying. There were all sorts of bizarre ritual items placed here. Many candles were burning, and the girl who was here had been laid down inside a strange circle and tied up with many ropes. This girl introduces herself as Sukma, and she appears to be very frightened. Sukma tells them that the man who has imprisoned her here has already killed many people, and now he wants to make her a part of a ritual and sacrifice her as well. But she doesn't know why he has stopped until now. After hearing her story, Gani feels sympathy for her and decides that he will rescue this girl from here. Using the knife he has with him, he cuts her ropes and they all come upstairs. Now Ghani and Alan bring Sukma towards the exit and call Mujia, telling him to get the car ready quickly because they're coming out with the girl. All that was left was for them to escape from there, but then a huge twist occurs just before they can get out. All the windows and doors of the mansion, that is every exit, get locked. Some exits are sealed so tightly that old vines have grown over them with plant tendrils blocking the way. Now the frantic Fida quickly grabs a cylinder from the kitchen and blasts open one of the doors. But even after all this, not a single door opens. At this point, Veda starts to feel that none of this is normal. It's as if all of this is happening to them as a form of debt or retribution. In other words, it was like a punishment because Elin had revealed more things than they had intended, so God was punishing them. But Elin says, that's not possible. God knows my intentions. I only revealed more things so that next time I wouldn't have to break into someone's house or do this whole job again. Anyway, their other friend manages to stop their argument and they split into two teams, deciding that they will try to find a way out of there. While researching, they come across a hall where there are family photos of everyone, and right there, it was made. And the surprising thing was that Sukma's photo was also in this family tree. That is, the photo of the girl who had been imprisoned by someone from this very house. Why would anyone put a prisoner's family tree on their wall? In this family tree, one of the photos looks familiar to us, and it was of the woman we saw at the start of the movie. So, that woman was from Sukma's bloodline. Here, Alan and Feta also notice that the woman and Sukma both died on the same day. On the other side, we are shown that Sukma and Ginny were alone. Dhani notices that Sukma was muttering something, speaking under her breath. When he tries to listen to her and just manages to do so, suddenly her eyes turn completely black, and as she comes close to Honey, she pulls a strange worm out of her mouth and sends it into his ear. As soon as this small evening-colored worm enters Ginny's body, it makes him convulse. From the pain at this time, Honey realized that Sukma was not a normal person, and by saving her, they had made a huge mistake. Now Sukma doesn't hide her true self from them anymore, and in her real demonic form threatens them, saying, "You people shouldn't have come here, and now you can never leave." Hearing her words, Ginny starts screaming, and Ginny's friends, hearing his cries, come closer to him. As soon as Feta goes in front of Lani, Lani's condition starts to worsen. Sukma starts appearing inside Feta. Meanwhile, the girl who had put him in pain in an attempt to save herself attacks Posi without realizing that he is her own friend. Pratham also understood that Ginny was not in his senses at this time, so he saves his own life and runs away from there. When he goes into another room, we see that Feta's condition is no longer good either. He suddenly collapses to the ground and sees a lot of the same kind of insects on the ceiling as before. One of the insects had gone into his ear. Something also takes control of him, and he is no longer in his senses. In fact, he even tries to harm himself. After that, all the insects seen on the ceiling fall onto him, and finally, this is when Fata Maharaj appears. On the other hand, we see Jia, who has been waiting outside for quite a while, but when no one comes out, she herself approaches the mansion's door to get the walkie-talkie. She was answering Fatao, however, he was already dead. The very next second, the mystery unfolds. Who was answering her in Fatao's voice? It was Sukmai, who at that moment was hanging upside down from a tree. She appears in front of Sia, and Sia is terrified. Frightened, Sia attacks her with the torch she is holding, but this attack has no effect on Sukmai at all. She just kept laughing like a mad woman. Terrified, Sia tries to run away, but since she was a heart patient, her heart couldn't keep up with the strain of running, and she too dies of a heart attack. On the other side, we see Elin, who sees the ghost of her father above her. She gets extremely scared, runs away from there, and bumps into a man. The man who was actually the owner of this house and had just arrived. Seeing the condition of both of them, he feels extremely sorry for them, and after bringing them together in one place, starts performing some kind of ritual in front of them. It turns out that this man was a shaman, and for the time being, he treats both of them and removes the worms from their ears that Sukma had put there. Seeing the worms come out of their own ears, both of them are utterly shocked, and the man tells them, "These worms were put into your bodies through black magic, and they are meant to drive a person insane." At this time, without saying anything or being told, the man already knew that it was these people who had freed Sukma. He tells them, "You don't know, Sukma is an extremely dangerous girl, and by freeing her, you've invited a lot of trouble, not just for yourselves but for the entire town." He also tells them, "I am a shaman, and years ago I was given a mission to eliminate all those who practice black magic. Sukma was one of them, but she was the most powerful. I couldn't kill her, and that's why I had kept her imprisoned. Elin and Gani don't believe what he's saying, so he puts his hands on their faces and performing a ritual takes their minds back into the past. Now, we are shown the same scene from where the movie started, where many shamans together had beheaded that woman and her head was moving. This time, it is shown that the head wasn't just moving, but was also speaking. That woman was truly a witch. She used to practice black magic, and it was through her black magic that she had gained the power that she could never be killed. She had become immortal. Yes, her body could die, but she could return to this world again through someone from her bloodline. Here, the shaman shows them that Sukma is also a woman from her bloodline, and that same witch's soul still resides within Sukma. That's why it's impossible to kill her. Yes, she can only be weakened, which is what this man had managed to do so far. They ask him how he managed to weaken her. He explains that when he arrived here, he saw that the witch had many followers who wanted to resurrect her through her bloodline, specifically through Sukma. He killed all those people, but he couldn't stop their ritual, and as a result, the witch's soul was revived within Sukma. Surely there must be some way to kill her, so the shaman says, yes, there is a way, there is a sword, one that can defeat this witch, but I have never found that sword. As they are talking about the sword, suddenly there is a loud earthquake, and Alan, along with his companions, is transported to a strange, bizarre world. It's as if this world exists right beneath the house. As soon as they enter this world, we see that someone possesses Alan. And the one who possesses Alan is none other than the same shaman we saw at the start of the movie, the one who was trying to kill the witch. The soul of that shaman possessed Alan because Alan was from his bloodline. And here, a major twist is revealed. Only Alan can kill the witch. Now, since Alan is possessed by the shaman quickly guides Alan to that era, and Alan very easily retrieves the sword. As soon as the sword is retrieved, Sukma also realizes what's happening. Now, her life is about to end. The moment the sword is pulled out, that entire world suddenly disappears, and they all fall back into the same room where they were before. Here, the shaman quickly starts preparing for the cement ritual, and just then, we see that Sukma also arrives. Seeing Sukma, he quickly tells the two of them to escape from there, and Sukma decides to take her revenge on this very shaman and grabs him, breaking his hand. Blood starts pouring from his hand, making the scene even more terrifying. Outside, we see Alan and Gani running. Both of them are even more devastated after seeing their friend's corpse. They had already lost 2 friends today. At this moment, they couldn't afford to sit and mourn. To save their own lives, they keep running forward, and then we see that Sukma brings all the dead people back to life as zombies and then sends them after Alan and Gani. Here, we are shown. We see that their friend also turns into a zombie and attacks Alan. Alan didn't want to kill him because he was her friend. Here, we see that their friend also attacks Gani. Gani couldn't fight him because he was facing his own friend, but what he didn't realize was that his friend was now on the enemy's side. On the other hand, Sukma also comes outside, and as Alan, who was preparing to escape, sees Sukma, she immediately runs her over with the car and then quickly runs to save Gani. But unfortunately, she is unable to save her friend, and at that moment, Sukma also manages to free himself and comes back to life, appearing in front of Alan again. At this point, Alan is about to attack Sukma with the same sword, but Sukma transforms himself to look like her dad. Alan couldn't bring herself to attack her dad, and Sukma tried to grab the sword, but since it was a holy sword, Sukma couldn't hold on to it. From her hand, it falls to the side, and Alan now picks up the sword and attacks her in the stomach, and finally she also cuts off her head, killing her. So the witch Sukma died once again in her body. For now, this threat was finally over, but not forever, because the soul of the beast inside Sukma could come back to life in this world again through any of her bloodline. Now, time passes in the movie and we are shown that once again, Alan and her brother find out that these people had stolen and come back, and with the stolen money, Alan pays off her dad's debt. While taking the money, this man bothers her again, just like he always used to, and to protect herself, Alan once again uses the same sword that she had used to defeat Sukma. Because of using it like this, the weight of that sword increases a lot, and here, he comes and tells Alan that this sword was not given to you to use against humans. You can only use it to destroy evil, and that's what you should do. Alan agrees with him, and with this, as they are shown, the movie ends here.